Welcome back, travelers! 2025 is just around the corner, and while we're all looking forward to new adventures, some destinations may be better left off your bucket list. In this video, we'll be unpacking the troubling trends that are making certain destinations a no-go for the upcoming year. So, buckle up and let's dive into where not to travel in 2025. 10. Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, is known for its beautiful beaches, vibrant culture, and world-famous carnival, but it also has a dark side that can make it a risky destination for tourists. The city struggles with high crime rates, including violent crimes such as muggings, armed robberies, and assaults, especially in tourist-heavy areas like Copacabana, Ipanema, and Lapa. While Rio's iconic landmarks and lively atmosphere may seem inviting, travelers must remain cautious and aware of their surroundings. The local government has made efforts to reduce crime in some neighborhoods, but many areas still pose significant safety risks, particularly at night. Travelers should avoid isolated places and be cautious when using public transportation or walking around unfamiliar parts of the city. With the growing concerns over safety, Rio de Janeiro may not be the ideal destination for those seeking a secure and worry-free travel experience in 2025. 9. Kenya. Kenya has long been a dream destination for safari lovers, offering breathtaking views of its wildlife-rich landscapes. However, the country's wildlife tourism industry has faced increasing scrutiny in recent years over unethical practices. While many tourists flock to the Masai Mara or Amboseli National Park for an unforgettable safari, some operators engage in activities that exploit animals for profit, such as disturbing natural habitats, unethical animal handling, and lack of proper regulations. These practices are harmful to wildlife and can tarnish the reputation of responsible tour operators. Additionally, the rise in mass tourism puts immense pressure on local wildlife populations, making it more difficult to ensure sustainable practices. As travelers become more conscious of the environmental and ethical impacts of their actions, Kenya may no longer be the go-to safari destination it once was, especially if you want to ensure an ethical and responsible travel experience in 2025. 8. Barcelona. Overtourism and local pushback. Over the past few years, Barcelona has become a victim of its own success. The Spanish city, known for its rich history, stunning architecture, and vibrant culture, has seen a dramatic rise in tourist numbers, leading to the phenomenon known as overtourism. Famous sites like La Sagrada Familia, Park Güell, and the Gothic Quarter are often overcrowded, which detracts from the visitor experience. As a result, the local population is increasingly pushing back against mass tourism, with protests and campaigns demanding restrictions on the number of visitors. The local government has implemented measures such as limiting the number of tourist accommodations and imposing heavy fines for illegal short-term rentals. For travelers, this means higher prices, limited access to popular attractions, and a less welcoming environment. If you're planning a trip to Barcelona in 2025, be prepared for a less enjoyable and more commercialized experience. 7. Afghanistan. Lack of infrastructure and safety. Afghanistan remains one of the most dangerous and unstable countries in the world, making it an unwise choice for tourists in 2025. Decades of war, political instability, and ongoing conflicts have left the country struggling to provide basic infrastructure and services for both locals and visitors. Poor roads, unreliable healthcare, and the absence of modern amenities make it a challenging destination for any traveler. On top of that, Afghanistan is plagued by ongoing security threats, including insurgent attacks, terrorist activity, and the constant threat of violence. With most countries advising against non-essential travel to Afghanistan, it's a place that presents significant risks for travelers seeking a safe and secure journey. Until the security situation improves, Afghanistan should be avoided in favor of destinations that offer safer environments and more reliable infrastructure. 6. California. Wildfires and natural disasters. California is a state famous for its stunning landscapes, beautiful beaches, and vibrant cities. However, the state is increasingly becoming a risky travel destination due to the rising frequency and intensity of wildfires. These wildfires, combined with frequent droughts, have devastated entire communities and landscapes, making some areas hazardous for tourists. In addition to wildfires, California is also prone to earthquakes, which further complicates the travel experience. 5. Congo. Health and safety concerns. Congo, specifically the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, has long struggled with various health and safety challenges that make it an unappealing destination for travelers. The country has been plagued by outbreaks of diseases like Ebola and cholera, putting both locals and tourists at risk. Despite efforts to control these outbreaks, new health threats continue to emerge, and the healthcare system in Congo is often inadequate to handle such crises. Additionally, Congo suffers from ongoing political instability and armed conflicts, particularly in the eastern regions, which make travel in some areas not only dangerous, but also highly unpredictable. For travelers seeking a safe and healthy destination in 2025, Congo should be avoided, as it poses significant health and safety risks, as well as unreliable infrastructure and support systems. 4. Paris. Rising costs. As one of the most iconic and visited cities in the world, Paris continues to captivate travelers with its art, history, and culture. However, in recent years, the city has become increasingly expensive. In 2025, Paris will likely remain one of the most expensive cities to visit, with high hotel rates, soaring meal prices, and costly attractions. Budget travelers may find it hard to enjoy the city without spending a small fortune. The rise in prices, coupled with increasing demand for accommodations and services, has made Paris a less attractive option for those looking to travel on a budget. While the city still offers an incredible experience, the affordability factor may deter many, making it better to look for alternatives that can provide a more economical yet equally enriching travel experience. 3. Rome. Overcrowded tourist attractions. Rome, with its ancient ruins, magnificent churches, and charming streets, is undoubtedly one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. However, Rome has been struggling with overtourism for years. In 2025, the crowds at famous landmarks like the Colosseum, Vatican museums, and Trevi Fountain are expected to grow even larger, making it difficult to enjoy the city's historical treasure. Overcrowding not only reduces the experience for tourists, but also negatively impacts the preservation of these ancient sites. Additionally, the city's infrastructure is often unable to handle the millions of tourists who visit each year. For a more peaceful and less commercialized travel experience, it may be wise to consider exploring other European cities, or lesser-known Italian destinations. 2. Venezuela. Political instability. Venezuela has been in the midst of a severe economic and political crisis for years, and the situation is unlikely to improve in 2025. The country has been experiencing hyperinflation, shortages of basic necessities, and a collapsing healthcare system, making it a challenging and risky destination for travelers. The ongoing political turmoil, with protests and violent demonstrations, further increases the risk for visitors. The lack of stable infrastructure, widespread power outages, and difficulty accessing emergency services mean that tourists face a host of challenges if they choose to visit. Unless there is a significant shift in the country's stability, Venezuela should be avoided in favor of safer and more predictable destinations. 1. The Maldives. The Maldives is renowned for its pristine beaches, turquoise waters, and luxury resorts, making it one of the most sought-after destinations in the world. However, the environmental challenges it faces are growing more alarming. Rising sea levels caused by climate change threaten to submerge many of the Maldives' islands, and coral reefs are deteriorating due to rising ocean temperatures and pollution. While the Maldives continues to attract tourists, the long-term sustainability of its natural beauty is in jeopardy. If you're considering a tropical getaway in 2025, it may be better to look elsewhere to support destinations that prioritize environmental conservation and are less at risk from climate change. So there you have it, destinations to avoid in 2025 for a safe and enjoyable travel experience. Always do your research before traveling and make informed decisions about where to go. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more travel tips and updates. See you on the next adventure.